Today is April 5th. I ended up really tired last night, and so tried to watch a movie. I did hang all the blankets outside yesterday. I did manage to do that. And yeah, the physics works. The blankets soaked up a lot of water, but there's still a lot of water in the carpet, both upstairs and downstairs. But because I was tired and I couldn't work the vacuum cleaners to try to suck up the water today. So I tried to watch a movie with my friend, and well, the friend is online, not physically present around here. So we tried to watch a movie, and then we both were tired and we didn't finish it. And so said, "Hey, we'll finish another time." Went to bed, woke up at 4 a.m. And thought, all right, considering how my sleep has been in the past, in the recent past with the benzo withdrawals and everything, it's like, all right, 4 hours is all you're gonna get because I went to bed around midnight. So 4 hours is all you're gonna get. So I got up. Well, and actually, what happened is I woke up. I heard a door slam. Well, didn't know what slammed, but it was a slam sound. It was like the door slammed. What's that about? So, um, and I have yeah, I have a way to hear things downstairs better than it's not just yeah. So whatever. I'm not gonna disclose my security setup. But yeah, so I went upstairs to check out the situation and took Ritalin, thinking that all right, I'm gonna wake up, I'm gonna start functioning. And so I returned back to bed to give Ritalin a chance to kick in. Usually it takes about an hour, sometimes faster, depends. And fell asleep and slept until 9 a.m. or so. So that's another, let's see, 3. That's another 4 hours. And I'm still drowsy. It is now noon, and I've been awake and but drowsy and in pain. So I took some Ritalin about 2 hours ago, and I took some Tylenol and antidepressant, but I should take also meloxicam, which is an NSAID, basically strong version of ibuprofen, because I've got body aches all over the body. Now, the more important aspect is it is cold outside, and the weather forecast is such that the next couple of days it's going to be pretty chilly out. Definitely at night drops down to 1-2 degrees Celsius. So that's not a good temperature for evaporating water. So, and my theory that it was the washer, the clothes washer that failed, a valve failed in it, is really what I think is likely, because there is a vent right, in the bathroom there, and so my guess is that the water was flowing down that vent, and that's why the water spread out across the ceiling in the basement and was flowing down the walls, because the water was in the vents, it was traveling through the vents. That's why the water managed to spread out to areas that just strangely, far off from where the pipe could have been. So if it was a pipe, the water would have been flowing down, behind the wall, and would have been coming out from the baseboards. It would have been coming out from the floor. So because the water was on the floor in the upstairs bathroom, the only way for that to have happened, it must have been the clothes washer. And so the only thing that I couldn't think of is, well, how was the water getting downstairs? Like, it's like, was it going through the baseboards? That's not really a good, an easy way for the water to flow in such quantities. And then it dawned on me, oh, wait a minute, yeah, through the ducting. It went down the duct. And so then the next question was, all right, we've got cold temperatures, but we need to warm up we need to warm up the house because this is not evaporating. This is what I did at overnight in the downstairs bedroom. I closed the door because it was freaking cold. I'm like, well, I can't do this cold. I gotta sleep. So I closed the door and turned on the electric, space heater that I have, and and so that's how I slept. Toasty, nice. And you know what? The floor in the bathroom there is drying faster because yay, it's it's warmer, so the water is drying faster. So I really wanted to see if I can turn on the furnace, and because the water has been coming down the vents, the ducting, the air ducting, the HVAC air ducting, then the question is, did the furnace get damaged? So I just inspected the furnace, and I did see the air filter in the furnace waterlogged, but it could have been the water that was on the floor in the mechanical room here. So let me switch the camera. So here's the mechanical room. So there's the multi-use washable air filter that I had. It's waterlogged, so I pulled it out and I inserted just the cheapo Walmart. And see, as I was looking, I saw that there's water here, still in here. So see, the water, dried off uh, the concrete. I mean, it got soaked into the concrete. Of course, still interested to see whether my computer got damaged, but it's not a priority. And so that makes sense as to why the water is in this bucket here too. Is it must have been coming down. This is one of the vents that the water must have been traveling through. So see, and that's the vent that's right here, the furnace. So I opened up the furnace, didn't see any water besides the air filter, which gets inserted right there on the side. So didn't see water inside, meaning the electronics are okay, but the mechanical parts, the inside, the blower, the heater, and all that. Well, the blowers, yeah. So basically, I took a chance. I was like, well, the furnace has a lot of safeties, so I figured the furnace has a lot of safeties in it. So you know what? And yeah, I see. I turned on the light here as well. Of course, the receptacle for the light is quite above the ground, and so I was like, if the light doesn't turn on, all right, that'll be a sign that something's not right. And it's been what? It's been a couple of days now. Uh, that that the water had a chance to dry up. So, and the electrical, yeah. I mean, apart from the light on the ceiling, right behind me there in the office, apart from the light on the ceiling, uh, I mean, all of the electrical in the house it still works fine. See, that's the blessing is that the electrical panel, because the electrical panel, there's a second electrical panel downstairs right here. See, that's their electrical panel. So the water could have been, dripping. See, there is no, and this makes sense again. There's the exhaust fan from the water heater. See, there's the exhaust from the water heater, but there is no, plenum or whatever it is called, ducting above. So just it's like count my blessings. Just really count my blessings that yeah, this is not as bad as it could have been. And so I took the chance. I turned on the furnace. In the house, it was probably. It looks like it was like 7 degrees Celsius upstairs, and it's the station reads 11 Celsius downstairs in the office, and 38 degrees, 38% humidity. So it's more than 36 because it rained overnight outside. And so yeah, so that's where my decision was like, you know what, I gotta see if I can turn on the furnace, get the temperature up in the house because, I mean, this is the desert. I live in the desert, so the humidity is low, and if I bring up the temperature, things are gonna be evaporating better, and yeah, the humidity in the house will most likely go up, but if needs be, I can turn on the exhaust fans in the both bathrooms and start exhausting the air that way, and sucking in fresh air. I mean, just basically, yeah. So yeah, gotta get physics on my side, and then I'll take some more. I took the meloxicam, and I took another Ritalin. So As my body is going to start feeling better, then I will try to operate the vacuum and see if I can soak up more water, especially upstairs because the flooring over there is probably some kind of particle board, and so really got to get the moisture, you get the water off of it. The downstairs carpet, it's on concrete slab, so not as big of a deal. It's just it's more of a, not if there are things that are sitting on top of it that I may have not identified and moved off, or if the moisture is going to be spreading in the carpet to other areas. But so I don't know. We'll see. Uh, right. So I think that's the gist of it as to what's going on at the moment and what we're going to do. The furnace is on. It works. So great. So we're heating up the house, and then once I feel better, I'll start operating the vacuums, and and go from there. All right. Uh, that's it. Out for now. Another update when when something happening.